Hey everyone, in the last video we discussed about the theory part of Playwright's 80-20 Pareto Principle, which I'm recording. It's a series of Playwright video where you learn 20% of the Playwright concept to do 80% of the automation so that you save a lot of time in not ignoring the things that is not actually needed for your day-to-day automation and focus on 20%. As part of that, today is the demo of the part one that we discussed in our last video. So if you have skipped it, that is totally fine. In this video you're going to watch the actual demo of the starting to running script, the 0 to running script in under 5 minutes. So let's jump into the demo. At the end of the video you will be having the actual framework, and you maybe actually have your web automation flow automated at the end. First step, if you have not gone through this PPT, you can refer my previous video. So I'm going to the actual implementation of it. The first step that we need is to run this command. That's all you need, npm init playwright at latest. So this is one way of installing it. You can also use the extension. So the prerequisite to this is that you going to need the VS Code Insider or the VS Code. Just download the VS Code. And the second thing is, if you go to the extension and search for the Playwright, just search for the Playwright extension by Microsoft, and you're going to have this. So just search for it and install this Playwright test for VS Code. Once you installed it, you will see an option like this called testing, right? So that will fetch all the info for you. You can that will fetch all the test basically. So I'll come to that. So this is the first step, and in terms of the programming language, we are going to use TypeScript, and I'll tell you because that's the default one that the Playwright also recommends. So the prerequisites are like choose TypeScript and accept the default because it is optimized for TypeScript. You can also use other languages, but TypeScript for robust and type safe test. Let me go back. So as I say, the first prerequisite is VS Code and the extension, and the next one is the node. So if you don't have a node, try to install it. So if I can check node, I have 22.17. so you have to install node from any of the website. You can basically search install Node.js for Mac or Windows, so you will get an option to install the node. So once you install, come here and run this command. If it gives you the version, that means the node installation is there. So as a first step, once you are in the VS Code, now I have the framework which I tried before, but for you it will be empty. So you can go to file and open folder. Okay, so here I'm going to create a new folder just for this purpose. So Playwright, let's say Playwright part 1 quick start. Let me create it, and once I'm in the folder, I'm just going to click on open. So as you can see, it's it has opened a fresh actually it's a fresh window without any code on the left. So this is what you will also see. So now in order to install Playwright, as I said, you can either use this command npm init playwright at latest, or you can also use the extension. If you have already installed the extension, just go here and just type the right arrow, and you will get an option to install Playwright. If you click that, that itself will initiate the npm init playwright latest. If you don't want that, basically you can open a terminal, a new terminal, and then copy paste that command here. That will also install. So we're going to try the search method here. I'm going to press the arrow and click on install Playwright. I'm going to keep all the versions as default: Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit, and the TypeScript as the default one. So I'm not going to go with the JavaScript, and add git actions workflow. Keep everything as it is and click on OK. So now what it does is it's going to install the framework for you. So you can see the command it initiates, npm init playwright at latest. So that is the command I was talking about here. If you would have tried this, it will ask you with all the other options like the browser, the language, etc. So now happy hacking, it's done, the installation is done. On the left you see you got all the files that are available for you to try. I mean the framework, when I say try, I mean the test. It has given you the default test to try as well. So for non-technical people, don't worry about this. I have already explained the structure of the folders over here in the previous video. Just go have a look, you'll understand what is what. But to our purpose of this video, for a quick start, just think about this. Learn about this test folder. So under test is what all your programming, all the automation sits. It has the extension spec.ts. So now Playwright by default have generated a default test case for us to try. So in order to run this, you can go here and under test, it gives you all the tests that is available for you to execute. So if you want to run, just click the run test and that will open. Let me minimize this window let me minimize this. So that will open a new window like this and it will do the test and it will give you the results. Let me close and rerun that just again here and then run the example.spec one more time. You see it launches the browser and it does the test and it validates, I think, the header and it gives you the result over here. So all right, now the test is successfully executed. So in order to generate the report, you can use this command. Go to terminal and paste npx playwright and show report, hit enter, and that will launch the report for you on the browser. So you can see that navigate, you can see all the steps that it does. It also validates the title to have title and after hooks and whatever. So you can check the report over here. Let me switch back to. So now in order to close the command, this running command, you can press Ctrl C and that will quit your report and you can come back to the terminal. The other way to launch the report is this index.html. Under Playwright report, you can right click and directly it will also show you the report. And now how about, so this is fine, how about automating your website, right? So this is the default website that the Playwright gives. The easiest way for anyone, if you're new to this technical thing and web automation or web scraping, and if you want to automate your daily workflow, the easiest thing to do that is using the Codegen here. The Codegen, which is the record new. So just to give you a quick background on this Codegen, I've already demonstrated, have already run through this theory in my previous video. You can go refer it, but on a nutshell, right, just on a high level. So what it does is it gives you an option to click and execute your workflow and it records the step for you. That means a ready-made automation script is ready for you to launch it. You can basically keep repeating that execution whenever you want. So that's what it does. Go refer my previous video or refer this template if you want to understand what Codegen is. In order to launch the Codegen, you can use npx playwright Codegen and your browser URL. That's one way to launch it. And the other way is, the easy one is the record here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the URL that I used in this previous demo. Let me copy this. So this is an open source demo. What we are going to automate is that just log in and search for an user and validate the page title, maybe whether the user is available or not. On the way, I will also show you what are the options and assertions that you have to select from this. So let's try that. And now I'm going back to the Playwright framework. We are actually starting an automation of your website. Imagine you can, instead of this, you can try your website while I'm using this. Click on record new. When the record new starts, you will see a website, the page that opens on top. Paste your URL there and hit enter. In your case, it could be your own website, so you can try with your project or your personal website or any website that you work on every day, and you spend time going through filling the form, and you have to do it every day or get the results, whatever it is. Launch that website, and here what I'm going to do is enter the username and password. Username is admin, as it has mentioned there, and then the password admin123. Now let's validate whether the username has been successfully entered or not. For that, you have an assertion, this one. So it's an asset value. When I say asset value, it will check if the entered value is present in that text box or not. So I'm going to say asset value, and I'm going to click on login. What I also do is move my window a little bit down so that you can see the script that gets entered over there, right? So I entered username and I entered password, and I clicked on password. There's no validation there, and then I clicked on login button, right? So whatever I do, the code is getting written over there. And now what I'll do, I'll go to maybe validate the title over here. So for that, I have an option to assert the visibility, the heading. So heading should be dashboard to be visible, and so we basically used a couple of them. One is this, and the asset value and asset visibility, and we can also assert the text. The text is so we are just seeing the visibility of this, so we'll also validate the text. I'll come to that. Now let me search. Yeah, let me click on the search maybe, and enter the name John and hit enter. That functionality is not working, so what I'll do is maybe I'll go to the home page and then go back, right, and I'll check for admin. I'll click admin. As you can see, I'm doing multiple clicks here. This is my, imagine that this is my workflow, right? And here I'm going to search any user. Let's say and click on search what's found, and check if yeah, and type the username and check if the invalid. So I'm randomly playing with this website, and the flow is getting recorded here. So here, this one, maybe I will validate the text that appears here. So this is the text I want to validate. And this one is to check the element is visible, but this one is to actually see if the text is available or not, right? So if I can scroll down, and this is the invalid, so I'm going to type the invalid text and then see if the text is visible or not. Now I will also add something. I click on add, and then I select admin, I select test name, and then the status as enable. Okay, I'm gonna try a different name then. I'm gonna add the user John, and password 1233456. Since that's 7, I'm gonna enter 6767, and then maybe validate this text again. Yes, so I'm gonna stop now. So I've done many things, right? I've done many workflow. Now I'm going to close this because I got what I need. I got my automation. See, if you haven't, if you've looked at it, it's a random website. I went through random flow, and I want this to be repeated every single day. And maybe here a couple of assertions, like I wanted to see if the error messages are still valid. So now what I do, if I can go to run and refresh my test, so I'll get my test there. This is the default one that Playwright generated, and this one I can start the Chrome browser launched, and Orange HRM website is launched, admin password, and then you can see that it goes and validates. It does whatever I did. It goes back and comes back, and yeah, it enters the username, validates the error message. Also, it tries the thing that I tried along with the error message. See, it handles everything. So I never planned the workflow for this demo. It was a random click. It's the first time that I'm working on this website. I did not plan this flow, but it did the validation, and I got the test up and running for me. And if I wanted to go get the report, I can simply go and run npx playwright show report, and there you go, I got my report with all the action items. That's done. So if tomorrow I wanted to execute this flow, I can simply go back. Yeah, so I can go back and run this test. If you wanted to automate if you want to schedule this job to run execute this on a daily basis without you opening this framework, that's the next level. That's coming in the next part of series. And in the next one, just to give a heads up on what's coming next, we're going to understand the locators. What are these locators? Let's say I'm automating it now, but I need a flexibility of customizing my locators on my own, and for that you need to understand the importance of this locator. So that's the next part. So for now, I hope you have automated your workflow on the web page like I have done. So happy automating and saving your time. Let's catch up in the next one with the locator concepts and furthermore. So it's actually a 7-part series. So for now, thanks for watching. We'll catch up in the next one.